This episode has been sponsored by Erica Acosta from Modern Images, located in Harlingen, Texas, at 2305 East Harrison. Erica is a color specialist and Brazilian blowout certified. If you would like to set up an appointment, give her a call at 956-241-1973. Now back to the show. Hello everybody, welcome back to Music and Beyond. I'm Ernie Crazy Eyes from Primitive Minds and Recall Productions. Today I have a special guest, the band Edge of Destiny out of Austin, Texas. Woo. How's it going?
Woo! We're doing great, thanks.
How are you?
Excited to be here.
Yeah, you guys killed it tonight. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
How's the pandemic treating you guys?
Horrible.
Oh, man.
There's no gigs. There's no shows. Like, nobody wants to come to shows anymore, which I understand.
Yeah.
So it's tough, you know. But you know what? It was a little tough before, but I feel we're going to come up on top.
Of course.
Yeah, we're trying to make the best of it.
Yeah,
Doing
definitely.
what we can to stay connected to our fans and keep the music alive.
Yeah.
You have to get really creative too as a musician with
That's true.
Facebook
And-
Lives.
Yeah,
Facebook
like
Lives,
we've been
and
working on
Craven's really, really good at that.
Yeah.
we've been working on our online presence. We added a new member, a couple of new members. We've been writing new songs, so we're trying to make the best out of it. You know? We don't let just a lot of bands are like, oh, it's too difficult, and they just like drop the towel, you know.
Yeah.
So we just try to keep going, you know.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be tough.
That's awesome. And where does the name Edge of Destiny come from?
No, that's you.
Honestly, it's kind of
Inspired by a Tom Cruise movie where the day keeps repeating.
no,
Okay,
not at all.
Sorry, that was a
No,
different.
actually, it came kind of from a video game that I used to play.
Oh,
where
nice.
There's a guild in it called Destiny's Edge. And
Oh,
I just
okay.
kind of took it and swapped it around because I kind of liked the concept of you're right on the edge of your own destiny.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like,
definitely.
all you got to do is just kind of reach out and grab it. Or
That sounds
take
like
the
an
leap.
amazing song too.
Yeah, so it's kind of what inspired it because it's pretty indicative of
Yeah.
my personal musical journey, and I know a lot of musicians that I worked with, and these guys, it's kind of one of those things where it doesn't fall in your lap. You always gotta
Yeah,
try to go for it. So
of course. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I like that. And who inspired you guys to, pick up the instruments and the microphone?
When did you start writing?
I started writing when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my parents gave me a keyboard as a toy for Christmas, and
Nice.
I probably assaulted their ears and their senses for many years until I finally got professional lessons and stuff. But
That's awesome.
I was always just making up random songs, about
Yeah.
my dolls or my friends or my parents, silly stuff.
That's
And
awesome.
The sample pad is on my box, and I'm unable
And
to
so-
lose that yet.
So yeah, that's kind of, and then what inspired
bro.
me. What inspired me musically was Freddie Mercury from.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what got me in the middle.
I started when I was 15. My dad gave me a guitar. I actually wanted to be a drummer,
Uh-huh.
but I live in this really small house, with 3 brothers.
Yeah.
So there was no way they would have let me just drum away, in this tiny house. So they just gave me a guitar, and you cannot tell on the audio, but if it was video, you can tell that I'm Latino.
Yeah.
So I used to listen to a lot of Santana.
Okay.
So I used to play a lot of like Santana songs. Metallica, it was a big one. So a lot of Metallica, Megadeth, a lot of Iron Maiden, all those classic, Black Sabbath, Dream Theater. So I used to listen to a lot of like classic rock and metal. And
That's awesome.
That's what got me going.
Hell yeah.
And I just started playing, and I liked it, and I don't look back anymore. Now, even though I want to try to play drums, I'm just gonna stick to guitar, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure it's okay to buy a drum set and just kind of.
I have one, but I feel like I have so much that I need to
Oh,
keep
okay.
up on guitar.
Yeah.
that it's gonna take away from that.
Yeah.
That's why. But I mean, I love it. I will just sample on something on the computer. And just
Oh, okay.
make my own drum beat or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. What about you?
I've been singing ever since I can remember. I started writing music when I was probably about 10. I would write
Oh, wow.
little poems. I would write poems, and then poems would come with a melody.
Yeah.
But it was stuck in my brain, and so I had to, in my 20s actually, I decided to commit and learn how to play guitar just to accompany the songs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so that's what I like to do.
What about you, Chris?
Oh my! I was 10 years old in 5th grade, hanging out with a new friend in my new class, and I didn't play an instrument, but my friend Simon, had played guitar in the past. And when I got picked up by our mom, the moms start talking, and they're like, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool if our sons took guitar lessons together?" So my mom asked me, and I started taking guitar lessons, and it started when I was about 10 years old,
That's awesome.
10,000 years ago.
And
He's a vampire.
it was honestly kind of hard to write an interview with you guys because I only had that one song.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing song and an amazing rendition. Because that's a Benatar song, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Vampire, yeah.
Like when I heard, I'm like, wait a minute, and I went to the Pat Benatar
Yep.
discography. I'm like, holy crap, that sounds amazing. But yeah, what made you guys want to cover that song?
I think it kind of went along with what we were doing musically at the time. We were creating this band. We wanted to write music that mattered and play music that mattered because that's kind of what inspired us. Music inspired us and kept us going through all those difficult times. And so, when you're working as a band and you're trying to learn to write together, the easiest thing to do is come up with a cover or work on a cover together because then we can kind of play around, fill each other out, see how you guys are working as a unit without necessarily having anything, writing from scratch.
Yeah, of course.
So we were like, let's pick a cover, and we tossed around a lot of ideas, and then eventually the guitar player we had at the time, Gus, came in with Invincible, and he played it, and I was just like, that's it.
Yeah.
And so we're like, let's do it. And so we just kind of threw our own spin on it, added our own little flair, threw in a few little dance moves, and and so
That's awesome. I enjoy this song. Like it's in the playlist. It's on the playlist.
yeah, I'm glad you like it.
This episode is sponsored by King Cuts Barbershop, located at 877 South Sam Houston Street, San Benito, Texas. To book your appointments, call 956-276-0705. Walk-ins are also welcomed. King Cuts, fresh cuts served daily. Now back to the show.
You like it?
And when can we be hearing new music from you guys?
Well,
Now, right now. It happened today.
It happened
Well,
today.
yeah,
If you
today.
see-
Yeah, today it was. Yeah.
If you see us live, you'll get to hear some of the new stuff. Everything's still in production. We literally just got out of the studio like 4 or 5 days ago. So everything's still being worked on, but we're hoping to release it by the end of the year. We'll
That's
have some
awesome.
music videos, though, for you guys.
And how did you feel, working with Keith Armstrong?
Keith is incredible. It's like he not only just hears the music, but it's like he breathes life into
Yeah,
it,
he feels it,
It
yeah.
becomes this living organism.
Yeah.
And so it's like he can hear what we're wanting to do musically, and he just brings the soul out of
Yeah.
each one of us. It's really cool to see how everybody's creativity and everybody just works together and the song just comes to life. So
That's awesome.
it's great. He's really fun to work with. He makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
I can't wait to hear the new music. So, and you guys toured with Diamante a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
How was that experience?
I love that. That was my first time going on tour, actually.
Oh wow!
So, and it was just exceeding my expectations. That was my first time. Really like learning to, seeing a band, a full production band.
Yeah.
Kind of like perform. So, and that's how I met Hope, which is our backup singer now.
That's
So
awesome.
Personally, for me, it was a really, really, really good, wholesome experience. Like it just filled up my life in so many ways.
Yeah.
It was really rewarding.
That's
me.
amazing. That's
And I was
good.
able to play with other, musicians who are way better than me. So that's also been like good motivation,
Yeah.
to keep my feet on the ground, and just keep in mind that I'm always can improve better than,
Yeah. And Never Gonna Change music video.
Yes.
What Like, how did you guys come up with the video story on that? I thought it was, like, I literally saw it like a few times after the first time, because it was just it was amazing, in my opinion.
I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it was honestly just kind of everybody coming together, just kind of sharing our stories about, as a musician or as a person, where did we struggle with people, where they expected us to change or compromise who we are.
Yeah.
And I just kind of talked to everybody in the band, kind of got everybody's story, and then the script just kind of happened. So
That's so cool.
yeah.
If you guys haven't checked out that video, I suggest that you guys check out that video. It's so good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was shot. Everything was shot in one day.
Was that during? Was that in 2020?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yes. 2020. It was actually exactly a year ago. It was in January. Of 2020.
Oh, okay. So it was before pandemic then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Before
Oh,
the
okay.
Nobody had masks.
Yeah.
That's how I can tell. I watch movies now or like TV shows, and if I don't see him with a mask, I'm like, oh, that was before the pandemic.
Yeah. It's like before COVID, BC. That's the new thing now.
Oh no! Fuck, that's so good. What are y'all's plans for 2021?
To play as many shows as we can, and just keep writing more music and just doing our best to keep going in spite of everything, and hopefully, motivate our friends and fans
Hell yeah.
who are out there.
It's interesting because it kind of depends on how everything.
Good job out there.
You too.
Thank you.
Thanks, you too.
It kind of depends on how everything is gonna like unfold, and basically like how the music industry just bounces from the pandemic. So
Yeah.
there's only so much we can do, but our plans is just to like keep what we're doing. Book the shows that we can and write as many songs as we can, and just
That's a
boost,
big one.
like boost our online presence. Doing this kind of stuff is really helpful. Like just to stay out there. So
Yeah, and I've been
nobody
wanting.
just get forgotten.
Yeah, and I've been wanting to talk to you guys. Well, I've been wanting to talk to her, and then when whatever, however you guys join, like, it was just cool to talk to you, Craven, and to you guys, because, you guys are a perfect fit.
It's an amazing group of people.
Yeah.
really
For
is.
sure.
Yeah.
It really
You guys totally killed it tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks
you.
so much.
And what's the most memorable moment to you guys in the band's history? if there's any.
Oh gosh, there's
Sharing,
so many.
sharing an Airbnb with one bathroom.
Oh no.
She made an Airbnb with one bathroom in California.
Oh god.
And the pants off dance off.
There was a time not too long ago, last week, when I got a little bit too drunk, and I just overreacted and I flipped, and like people were listening to music, and I just grabbed a speaker and I threw the speaker to the neighbor's place.
Oh no.
I was just like so drunk, and I just made a scene,
It must be very hard to be in your 40s then, huh?
Man, I embarrassed myself so hard, but luckily they all forgive me. They don't seem to remember, so that's pretty cool.
That's so
Are you kidding? We're
funny.
never gonna let you forget that.
That was my experience. I don't know what you guys individually. You guys have to have something else.
It was great. Honestly, that's probably one of the best weeks ever.
Also,
Hands down.
you think about that. For me, it was that time where everybody sang on that new song, and it got mixed into
My God, that
one
was
section. It was so special.
magical. Yeah, we actually
Remember
broke down
when you
crying in the
recorded?
studio. We're like,
Oh, nice.
Everybody sang.
remember when everybody
went
sang
in
on the
and
track?
sang a piece.
Oh, right.
And it was so special
Yeah,
because then it kind of morphed into this
Yeah.
kind of ambiance noise in
Yeah.
the background of one of the new songs,
Yeah.
and it turned into this gorgeous collaboration of everybody got to
That's
put their
amazing.
voice on this
yeah.
record.
Everybody
It's
who was in the
amazing.
studio, near the studio.
Oh,
Is that
sometimes.
is that song going to be released or is it released?
Yeah, actually, it was one of the ones we played tonight. For
Oh,
Satan,
nice.
And it'll be on the album. But yeah, for sure, it was a really, really magical moment.
I'm excited. I'm excited to hear that. That's so cool.
Yeah, it
That-
was literally Keith just was like, "Hey, everybody, get in the live room,"
It was so
and he starts
special.
grabbing people like.
Yeah.
like Ulysses doesn't really sing much, you know. And,
Yeah.
You know, Chris.
At all.
And
Like he never sings, and then our photographer's over there, and he's like, "Yeah, you sing too."
Yeah, our
And
manager
everybody.
got to sing. It was so special.
yeah, and I love that because one of my favorite songs is "Youth of the Nation" by P.O.D.
Oh, yes.
And when you hear at the ending when it's like "We are," like that shit, that
It's so special,
it's so
right?
touchy, yeah.
Yes, it's very touching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And last but not least, if you guys individually, of course, if you were stuck in an elevator with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you talk about?
Jimi Hendrix. I just actually had a dream about with Jimi Hendrix. I always speak to Jimi Hendrix and I would tell him, hey man, people nowadays love you and you became an icon. That's what I was talking about. With Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's actually, I think, the first time that I've heard Jimmy as an answer.
Yeah, really?
Really?
Yeah.
What's your answer?
No, he inspired me a lot.
My answer would be Amy Winehouse.
Amy
Before
Winehouse?
she got too messed up, I'd be like, girl,
Yeah.
you have a whole life to live. Don't
Yeah.
do this to us. You're so good. Probably Amy Winehouse for sure. Alive, the alive version.
Of course.
Right.
I would probably be stuck with Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers and ask him how he goes about songwriting because he has a couple different styles.
Yeah.
Some of his lyrics make sense and some of them are just like, how are you coming up with this? One of my favorite bands growing up. Yeah.
Yep.
What about you, Craig?
Probably Freddie Mercury.
Oh, yeah.
One of my, like
course.
he's literally like the one that inspired me to go from
Yeah.
classical to
Nice.
Right.
metal. Like first time I ever heard anything other than gospel music, and
Yeah.
it was just mind blowing.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's got some gospel in there too, so it's
Yeah,
not that crazy of a transition.
and he has like a very similar like background where it's like he was trying to be fit into some mold, and he's just like, nope, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do my thing, and it's incredible. Like
Yeah.
his music is,
Yeah.
and just his vocals.
Yeah.
Are so inspiring, his
Yeah,
voice.
so-
Hell yeah.
Just the stuff that he did. so yeah, I'd probably be like, I just want to sit next to you. Just tell me things,
Teach-
anything. Just
teach me, yeah.
I'll just be a sponge. I just want to absorb everything.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And where can we find you guys?
Spotify, YouTube.
Everywhere. Spotify,
Everywhere?
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Edge of Destiny band on Facebook, and Edge of Destiny on Instagram. We're everywhere.
Edge
Oh,
of
yeah.
Destiny on Spotify as well.
Yeah, on Spotify. So we have Invincible on Spotify. We have some more music on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Until our album's released, the best place to find more of our music is going to be on our YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. And I want to thank you guys for, spending some time with me tonight. Like,
Thank
it was
you.
amazing.
Thank you
for
so
coming and
much.
for supporting local music.
Happy birthday, Craven. Happy birthday, Craven.
Happy birthday, Craven.
It's funny. You think I like all the attention.
Yeah.
I'm like, unless I'm holding a microphone singing, I don't know what to do.
I know, right?
You can Venmo her at Edge of Destiny.
Edge of Destiny rocks. Venmo. It's
There you
my
go.
birthday.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And remember that without music, life would be a mistake. Would you like your cards read? If so, please contact Lady Isis at 956-292-6867. She also offers other services. Give her a call, and thank you for supporting the show.